Well, hello and welcome back to the channel. This is Jackass Retro. My name is Matt, and I'm a full-time reseller. I live here in Bremerton, Washington. Today, very sunny Bremerton, Washington. And one of the things that I sell is postcards. We do these videos twice a week, and this week will actually be three times. We had quite a busy last few days, so I'm going to split up this video between two parts. One will premiere today, the other tomorrow. We sold in that time 49 postcards for a total of $531. So that's a pretty bang up and banner week, and very happy with that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with part one of this What Sold. And we start off with a crack and a bang. We've got a Pranks of Lightning. Now, this is a real photo postcard, pretty unusual. This one, you don't see this very often. It's an older postcard. We can date it from the stamp box. And if you do a search for comparative solds of Lightning, they've got a really good sell-through rate and tend to go for really good prices. So if you happen to find one of those, definitely keep an eye out. We can actually see the date down here, 1911, and the name of the photographer as well. So all those things I included in the title. Here we go. Pranks of Lightning, 1911, M.A. Ellingson, Azo postcard. So those were all the keywords we used on this one. Hopefully we're going to be able to spend a little bit more time on the keywords on this video since we're going to be breaking it up into two parts. So let's move on to the next one. This one here, a nice chrome postcard, modern era. Ruskin, Florida, Bahia Beach scene. I have a ton of Bahia Beach chrome postcards, and some of them have sold. Most of them I'm still sitting on. Nothing too crazy here in terms of keywording this out, right? It's a beach scene. It's Ruskin, Florida. I basically just said what it is. If we took a look at the keywords on this one, chrome postcard, Ruskin, Florida, Bahia Beach, sandcastle, lifeguard. The lifeguard stands are something good to mention if you can. I've had many cards sell where I have mentioned that. So just a observation there. Sold for $6.95 plus shipping. This one sold relatively quickly. Harvesting red onions in the San Joaquin Valley, California. It's a divided back, unposted, but somebody's done some math there. Very nice, $2.95 plus shipping. Agriculture, definitely one that does well, especially California agriculture. So we can take a look here. Harvesting red onions, San Joaquin Valley. If I could have fit in the word agriculture at the end here, I might have tried doing that as well. Here we've got Main Street, Los Angeles, California. Night view. Always mention night if it's a nighttime view of your scene. People look out for that. Also, if you can, something like full moon here. Trolleys, horse carts. All of these things can help. I would say the most important probably in this would be night and moon. And if you can fit in like full or crescent moon, those are good ones as well. Not huge money. This is a divided back postcard, unposted. I got $3.36 plus shipping. Valley Forge, July 4th. Nice Tux postcard. This is Raphael Tuck, one of those publishers you always want to try to fit in to the title if you can get it. There are a large number of Raphael Tuck postcard collectors and also Raphael Tuck ephemera collectors. There's a website, TuxDB Postcards. If you do a Google search for that, you can find a nice database of a large number of Raphael Tuck postcards and approximate values, the series they came from, keywords that are suggested. So definitely worth taking a look there. I think I found out about that site after I listed this one. Took an offer here of $20 plus shipping. Here we have a scene on North 7th Street, Fort Smith, Arkansas. This probably came from the collection I purchased last year that had a large number of Arkansas postcards. Street view, car, 7th Street, and then, of course, the title. Probably the things that are going to appeal to the most people. So that's what we include in our titles here. Fort Smith, Arkansas. Oops, sorry about that. Arkansas, 7th Street view, car. Nice view, Bangor, Maine, the Holton Road. Pardon me, Bangor Road in Holton, Maine. I got that reversed. Not an uncommon theme or subject. It is out there. I priced mine relatively competitively at $5.95 plus shipping, and that is what it sold for. Here's another artist signed card. Again, we talked about the moon, crescent moon here. I don't believe that I included that in the subject line. Oh, I did, actually. There we go. Crescent moon. So it's a V. Colby. Mention the dog. It's a pug, right? So people love pugs. We've talked about that before on the channel. Pug and a kitten. V. Colby. There you go. Pug, dog, kitten, crescent moon. Artist signed. V. Colby. Afraid of the Dark postcard. And there we have it. Nice, cute little 1909 divided back postcard. This one sold for $5.06 plus shipping. Forestry building, Portland, Oregon. Now, this is a common subject of postcards here in the Northwest. I've run across several of them. Most of them actually use the exact same source art. And the one that made this one slightly different is right there. Recognize that logo? That's right. That's a Coca-Cola logo. If you have a Coca-Cola sign show up in one of your postcards, if you can fit it in the subject line, you should definitely do that. Let's take a look at this one. Vintage postcard, 1908, undivided back. So we can see that here. Forestry building, Portland, Oregon, Coca-Cola sign. So, yep, here's the price, $20.76 plus shipping. Nice sepia toned real photo postcard. This is the Sonoma Mission in Sonoma, California. Unposted. Definitely sepias are one you want to mention that in the subject line if you can. So I would say, sepia. Well, let's take a look. Postcard, EKKP. That's the stamp box. We can identify that. It's a little more unusual than like an EKC or a DOPS or, some of the other stamp boxes here. You can always check those out at Playles, Playles, Real Photo Postcard website. And really cool. So include all of that in the subject line. This one actually sold for $9.99. I took an offer on it. The price shown there is not correct. I actually took a little bit less. Moving on. Hotel Peabody in Memphis, Tennessee. Linen postcard. We can see pretty well by the texturing here. It's got some stains. I mean, it's pretty clear that this is not in tip-top condition. And I priced it accordingly. $2.66 plus shipping. Subject lines here, or title line, Memphis, Tennessee, Hotel Peabody, street view. Although technically not a street view, sometimes if you can put that in there and get a few eyes on it. Don't put it in there if there's no street, but here we have some, this was actually a good one. Somebody came and let me know that I had misidentified this postcard. I had it on as a residence, which I assumed it was because it says Paulding, Mississippi, a family. And somebody informed me that it was actually the secondary courthouse of Paulding. So I fixed the title and it was sold within a couple of days. $16.96 plus shipping. I should have probably increased the price when I got that information, but I just let it ride. It's been up in the store for a couple of years now. Natural Spring here in Willow Grove, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So this is Willow Grove Park. 1909 divided back postcard, stuff like this. Honestly, it's going to be a pretty straightforward subject or title line. Natural spring, Willow Grove, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, PA, 1909, DB, divided back, postcard. Postcard I always put at the end. Some people put it at the beginning, I put it at the end. I try to get as much of what they're looking at here, that is the subject line, in front. And then the postcard, since they already know they're in the postcard section, is usually almost always my last or near the last of my subjects or titles. Moving right along. Oh, that one sold for $4.46 plus shipping. This one's a little tricky from a title point of view. So, outhouse jokes are pretty common on postcards. I've sold quite a few of them. If you can face this place in winter's blizzards and give no thought to the cold you'll endure, if you can walk this path without a shiver, with stride, not timorous, but firm and sure, the place is yours and everything that's in it. And what's more, you'll be a man, my son. I don't even know. It's not really a joke. I mean, it kind of is, but not really. Chrome color, so modern era, probably from the 50s or 60s, most likely. This one came in a lot I purchased right off of eBay, and it sold for $6.26 plus shipping. Title, comic humor, outhouse in winter, poem, privacy joke, unposted, chrome color postcard. There we go. That's a mouthful. All right, here is home of the Colt 45s. Colt Stadium, home of the Colt 45s, one of the newest additions to the National League. Well, ever heard of the Colt 45s baseball team? Well, if you're, born in the 70s or later, probably not. They were not around for terribly long, and as such, anything related to the team is scarce, including postcards. So this one I put up at $54.95. I was running a sale. Somebody sent me an offer for $35. I probably could have pulled out for a couple of bucks more, but still happy with that. Colt Stadium. Honestly, all I had to say here was Colt Stadium. I could have said Colt Stadium postcard, and this thing would have sold, right? So keywords not really important to go over. $35. Very happy with that. Next up is a lot of 3, 4, 5 postcards. All went out to the same buyer. Total on these was $65 plus shipping. And there's some very nice ones here. So let's go ahead and just take a look. First up is they're all Christmas postcards. So we'll just take a look at all of them first. 2, 3, 4. See the whole thing. And 5. Now, they all are Norwegian theme, and all of them basically sort of just on their own. When I do list these Norwegian holiday postcards, this one is a little different because it's artist signed. I was able to attribute the artist here, Jenny Nystrom. She did also a number of cat postcards, so she's pretty well collected. This one and that one, sorry, the price on that was $13.56. On the rest of these, it's very straightforward on my titling. Very straightforward. Basically, I say, I mentioned the full moon. You'll see that winter cabin scene. So there's the winter cabin scene. Holly. I always say there's, mention the what we're looking at here, right? And then God Jewel, which anybody who's looking for a postcard, you could say, that's really all you have to say is what's on the postcard, right? I would mention that it's Norwegian Christmas, right? And then 1910. So you'll see pretty much the same thing on all of these. My title is very similar. So this one's this. I did a little zoom in there, but God Jewel, Merry Christmas, Pine Boughs, Icicles. There's the icicles. And embossed 1910s postcard. again, same thing. What are we looking at? Vintage postcard, Norwegian Merry Christmas, Gladelig Jewel, right? All of these pretty much exactly the same. Merry Christmas. So on stuff like this, sometimes you just sell it on its merits. I very often will plug the Norwegian phrase into Google Translate and find out what it means, and I might put both the what's printed on the card as well as the English translation on there as well, because somebody might be searching for like Norwegian Christmas, or like Happy New Year Norwegian, and not the actual Norwegian phrase. So I want it to show up for both of them. That last lot sold for a total of $65.08 plus shipping. Moving right along, we have this one got cut off a little bit. I probably should have fixed this before I listed it, but this is the Crescent on 17 Mile Drive, Pacific Grove, California. This is not too far from Monterey. Nice divided back publisher. It's an Ed Mitchell card. We see a lot of those here on the West Coast. Got the antique car, so we mentioned that. Let's take a look here. Vintage postcard, Crescent on 17 Mile Drive, Pacific Grove, California, with car. Now you'll see here the postcard is mentioned here at the front. It's an older listing. I changed the configuration on how I list and how I title probably about, maybe February or March earlier this year. I moved postcard to the back. I dropped vintage. I never use vintage anymore. I put the date in it whenever I can, or the decade or the era. If somebody's looking for a postcard, they're almost definitely looking for a vintage postcard. So I kind of feel that is VTG, even just a throwaway of characters. So I've done away with that. And honestly, my sales have done nothing but go up. So this one is sold before, and I'm not going to probably sell it anymore. I'm not going to spend any time on it. Cactus. It's got a word that I don't like and wasn't aware of until recently. So I no longer sell that card. Moving on. Sacramento Hotel. This has been up for a long time. I'm surprised it took so long. It's a nice ASCO portal tone. So that's the, original portal tone by ASCO. It's one of those little, like, lesser known publisher tone things. But it's kind of a bit like a sepia, but not quite. Sacramento Hotel. Nice hotels, motels. We talk about that all the time. Nothing too crazy here on the subject line or on the title, except I did include the highway. Sometimes that can help, not always. Definitely worth checking a search of your own before you decide to include the highway and see whether or not that can help your sale. Nice little Dutch romance comic. See these all the time. We will have a joy ride yet. Yep, because, we like to infantilize the speech of the Dutch. It's funny, right? From the collection of Herbert Love for $3.55 plus shipping. Next, we have a view along the Keisha-Coquillas Creek. Try that again. Keisha-Coquillas Creek. I think I said that right even. Nice divided back postcard from the collection of Mr. Herbert Love. Thank you once again, Herbert. This one sold for $5.36 plus shipping. And our last card for this half of the video, a really nice chrome postcard. This is Honest John's Jackpot Casino. Pretty unusual to find a postcard of this casino. The dual view, I could find no other examples. So when I put this one up, I had somebody message me if this was my price was a mistake. I put it up for $54.95 make offer. I think the highest other one that had sold was $35, but it comes up so rarely. I priced it up a little bit. Mine is unposted. I put it up at $55, make offer. And while the item was on sale, I received an offer for $40. And indeed, that is what I took. So that is going to be it for this installment. Stay tuned for part 2 coming tomorrow. Thank you all for watching. If you like this kind of content, these videos come out twice a week. We deal with only postcards. There is going to be some additional postcard content, especially introduction to selling postcards. If you are just now finding this video because you want to start selling postcards, well, there's going to be some additional content and resources made available here on the channel very soon. I'm putting the first and final touches on the first couple of videos for it. So make sure you're subscribed. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you on the next one tomorrow.